Mercedes Mone's career has generated a fair amount of discussion and controversy, with fans either supporting her or absolutely doubting her. And in this video, we're going to bring up some key factors, in my opinion, as to why Mercedes Mone is so controversial, because it's more than what you think. Now, Mercedes Mone has been able to work for promotions such as WWE, New Japan, and obviously in AEW. And in every promotion in which she has worked for, she has not only won championships, but she has also made it to the main event scene. I think, in my opinion, there are 4 factors as to why Mercedes Mone is so controversial, and we are going to break it down. And number 1, it is her departure from WWE. Her decision to walk out of WWE in 2022 alongside Naomi due to disagreements over their booking was a highly publicized event. Think about it. WWE went on air, called them out, suspended them, stripped them of the women's tag team titles before ultimately Mone and Naomi got their releases. This sparked debate about the wrestlers and the ideology behind it. Did they warrant a argument of, hey, we didn't want to work these tournament matches to get to, it was basically number 1 contender matches. Both were going to go over, so Mone was going to go over. She was going to challenge Ronda Rousey for the title at the upcoming PLE. Naomi was also going to be in the mix, but they felt like as tag team champions, they shouldn't be in this match because it takes down the championships, right? She has also made comments disparagingly about WWE and its previous management, including Vince McMahon. Now, obviously, Vince McMahon is no longer in charge of WWE. Triple H is running creative, and Nick Khan is running the day-to-day operations of it. But you will get these loyalists, you will get these loyal fans within the WWE universe where all they see is positivity towards WWE. No one can ever criticize WWE, and WWE cannot do any wrong. You also, at number 2, have expectations and perceptions. As a highly regarded performer with a strong fan base, her career moves are subjective to intense scrutiny, right? Some WWE fans are mad that she left for New Japan or AEW. There's also the varying opinions on how well her persona and style fit with different promotions, okay? Because some WWE fans were either mad that she left or desperately want her back. They will not support her in AEW. Then you have AEW fans who, all right, she's eventually going to go to WWE. They're convinced in their minds, so we're not going to support her. And or she is such a product of WWE, from her initial promos to the way that she works, or just overall character work. She reminds them way too much of WWE, and they're such loyalists to AEW. They don't like that. Number 3, online discourse. Like many public figures, she's a subject of online criticism, sometimes including misinformation and personal attacks. There's also this fact of her confidence can sometimes be interpreted as arrogance. She does come across as a very confident and arrogant woman. You have to keep in mind, though, A, she's playing a character. B, her character is literally the boss or the CEO. She's playing a character. Don't hold that against her in her personal life. And at number 4, promotional change. I think this is the biggest aspect. Her movement from different promotions and the way that those moves have happened have caused some fans to get negative opinions about her. Because think about it. So she walked out of WWE. Some WWE fans felt like they were left behind in her journey. Then she goes to New Japan. She makes a fan base in New Japan, was a very successful top star for New Japan. She goes to AEW. Some of those fans have felt like they were betrayed by her, right? And then obviously you have AEW fans. I think you have to put, and you really have to circle around the fact of there is tribalism in pro wrestling, and there has never been at a height of tribalism in the world of pro wrestling these days than right now. There is not, well, I'm just a pro wrestling fan. There is a lot more than you realize of I'm a WWE fan. I think case in point in that, You look at AEW, why did AEW launch so far and fast and as successful as they did in 2019 and 2020 and 2021 and early 2022? WWE had creative under Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon was giving off a bad product. So if you have a bad product, then you're going to go and try to find a new product that you like more. However, if you're a hardcore WWE fan or you prefer WWE's products, you just want it to be better, right? You like the way that they do storylines and their match flow. As soon as Triple H took over main roster creative and he started to improve things, well, all those fans that had surged over to AEW and helped their stock rise, they have slowly trickled back to WWE. Now, AEW's product is not the greatest in the world right now, but they still have a very solid product, and they're still the second biggest promotion in the world, and I want to see them succeed. So, in essence, the controversy surrounding Mercedes Mone stems from a combination of her high-profile status, her decisions regarding her career, and the intense scrutiny of fans, right? Now, before we get out of here, let's discuss. Mercedes Mone's achievements have been significant across her success in various wrestling promotions. In WWE, she's a 5-time Raw Women's Champion, a 1-time SmackDown Women's Champion, a 1-time NXT Champion, and a 3-times Women's Tag Team Champion. She's a Triple Crown Women's Champion and a Grand Slam Women's Champion in WWE. In New Japan, she's a 1-time Women's IWGP Champion. She's a 1-time Strong Women's Champion. In AEW, she's held the TBS title 1 time. She has won awards like no other. She has also been part of some historical matches, solidifying her place in women's wrestling. For example, she was part of the very first ever Women's Hell in a Cell match, the first ever woman to main event a WWE pay-per-view, and the first African-American woman to main event WrestleMania. Her and Bianca Belair did that in 2021. So, these accomplishments highlight the impact and the influence on pro wrestling that Mercedes Mone has had. And in my opinion, that is the reason why she is so controversial. I hope that WWE fans, I hope that New Japan fans, I hope that AEW fans see past the tribalism. They support someone who is literally putting their life on the line, their career on the line, their way of life on the line every single time they step foot inside of the squared circle. I hope that they get to see that they see it, they appreciate it, and they understand it. The Mercedes Mone, while she may not be your cup of tea, she is one of the best in-ring performers, not just female, but in all of pro wrestling that this industry has to offer. And we should appreciate her, and we should respect the fact that she does what she does every single time she steps foot in the side of the ring. Let me know down in the comments here below, are you a supporter or are you a doubter of Mercedes Mone? If you like more content like this, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe button, and comment down below. And I will see you